What's up, guys? Alright, so I got a 2003 Honda here, Honda Accord. I'm going to show you how to do some plugs and then kind of work on just about any vehicle, really, just so you don't know. Most of these new cars have this cheap plastic crap. It doesn't really serve any purpose other than to hide wires, which I don't know why you really want to make the engine bay look that great anyways. I mean, it's got a hood to cover the whole damn thing, so. But whatever, more money, more plastic. Well, this was in the rear. It has 4 little bolts. And they were, it was like a 10 millimeter. Give me a 10 millimeter, take these off. But once you unscrew those, then what you're gonna see is these little plastic cap things. They pop out, look something like this. Now these are actually, the newer ones have like a coil pack and the wire like in here basically. And these things are pretty pricey. They end up getting burnt. I priced them out because I was a little sketchy about some of them. They were 48 bucks a piece at AutoZone. But I'm gonna try to roll with them. The reason I was even kind of looking is because you see there's like a little bolt here and it holds it down. Well, this one's missing 2 of them, so that's not really good. What you're gonna have is a loose connection. You're gonna have your spark plug just possibly like jiggling around in there, and causing like arcing and different other problems. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the plug that I pulled out. This is the old plug. Hopefully you can see it there. It's kind of white, and that's a indication of burning lean, or the fuel mixture might not be correct. So I'm going to do a little more investigating and see what the cause of that is. I think the throttle body might be a little dirty because it has a few idling problems. Now this is the new plug. Let me show you these. See how nice and pretty that is. Let's see if I can get this to focus just a little better. Maybe not. Alright, well, alright, so these are Autolite Platinum Palatine. I like running Platinums. They're supposedly work a little bit better, and they're not really that much more expensive. It's supposed to last a little bit longer. But the thing about these Autolite is they're not gapped. Now you need to be careful if you get some plugs come pre-gapped, some plugs don't. But it's not really a big deal. I picked this up at AutoZone. This is a little cheap gapper. They have the little flip out kind too that are nice, but I was there and I just wanted to buy this. So I just Googled what the gap for this was, and got it off of Rock Auto. So it's a .44, and I don't know if you can see, but it's got a bunch of little numbers in there, and it's got like 20, 30, 40, and each one of those little hashtags is 1. So I already checked one of these, and right now it's about a 46. So we need to take it down about 2, and you can tell where your gap is when it kind of gets hard to push. Like, you're not trying to like ram this thing on here or anything crazy like that. And so what I do, I just kind of tap them down and get you a little hammer or something, like trying to damage it, but just the weight of the spark plug itself will actually kind of close the gap for you. Let's see where we're at. Well, took it down a little bit too far. You get too far, you can just kind of wedge this bad boy in there, and you can actually just kind of rock it back and forth to where you need it to be, which is 44. You might not be like, why do I need to gap them? Well, This kind of controls the combustion in the chamber, the heat, and some other technical little things that'll help you get a little bit better gas mods and your engine run properly. You don't want to just throw anything in there. You might cause some issues down the road. Yeah, I mean, your engine's probably not going to explode if you do, but, you know, if you're going to do it right. I mean, if you went through this much trouble. 1, 2, 3, and there, bam, and like right on the money. It's kind of stops right there. You know, just kind of whoop. Can't really push it much more unless I get in it. Had a little side note. Don't forget to put this little metal ring here on your spark plugs, because they come in the box. They're not on there all the time. It's like a little O-ring, and you want to put it like facing down. Also, I normally get this little anti-seize stuff. You know, they normally sell it at the store. Just a little thing will do you plenty. And what you want to do is just put a little bit on here, and just split the bag open and just wipe a little on there. You know, probably no more than that. You know, all it does is keeps the threads from seizing. So next time you change them, they're not like impossible to get out. Which, you know, you can do it without it, but it's gonna make it easier for you to take it out and not damage your threads possibly. One other thing I was gonna tell you is if you have a spark plug tool like this one, it has a little rubber grommet in there, and even if you don't, one little trick is to spray a little bit of WD-40 inside of here, not a lot, just kind of wipe around with your hands, because what happens sometimes is you get the plug down in there, and you know, it'll get stuck and your socket will not come back out. So just, if you kind of put a little lubricant on there, that'll it'll avoid that issue. Also, this is a 4-cylinder, so that .44 gap I was talking about, it may not work for a 6-cylinder. You have to check. Each engine is always different, but try to get it as accurate as you can and do your research for your engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to put this one in. And it's real simple, you know. Well, it fell down in there, but that's alright. These are long little straight tubes, so I just stuck it in there. Just kind of, you want to spin it around by hand first. Don't ever do this with an air ratchet or something like that. Just remember, if you mess up the threads on this, you're going to be in for a real headache. So be careful and take your time. So that's about as tight as I can get it with my hand. And there's actually torque specifications for this, but I've been doing this a while and you kind of get a feel of it. Normally I just kind of snug it up tight, and then when I start feeling like that good bit of resistance, you don't want to put your whole body weight or anything in it. And also keep in mind how big your wrench is. Some people, and even myself, I've done this before, like I forgot, you know, I'm using a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch drive. This is a 1/2 inch drive, so it's almost a foot. So whatever, you know, force you apply here, it's going to be multiplied by this length. You know, you're getting a lot more torque with the bigger sockets, or sorry, ratchet that you have. So just be careful and know your own strength, especially if this is like your first time doing it. If not, then don't worry about it. You know what I'm talking about. And let's see, there's my little capacitor / wire thing. And these also have like the little plugs on the end, but don't worry about that. It has a little clip you just push in, and it's kind of like a little lever almost. You push it in, and it kind of opens up, and you can slide that in. You know, if you're having trouble getting it off, just kind of wiggle it. You know, you'll eventually get it. Just little tiny movements. Sometimes they can get clogged up depending on how much dirt or whatever is in there. But these are actually pretty easy to get off. So that's about it for doing spark plugs. I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna go off to the store and see if I can find a match for these, because I got 2 to replace. So just as a side note on used cars, you know, I know this is a used car I just got, so I always check the plugs or change them, and I change the PCV valve, the air filter, and the fuel filter. Those spark plugs, PCV, air, fuel. Yeah, okay. Those 4 things, like, for some reason, never get done. Like, nobody ever does it, you know, unless you grew up and you were trained and raised to do that maintenance on your cars. It probably is not done if you just bought a used vehicle. And if it's running like crap, that'll probably fix the majority of your problems. Maybe not, but it'll probably help. It'll definitely help. So I'm going to do that on here, and also just be aware of like this. Like, I popped the top off, and I'm like, whoa, alright, this thing's missing some bolts. So somebody has been working on it. They just didn't do it the right way. So you want to check and make sure all your hardware is there, and you know, just double check if anybody else has worked on it, because your standard may be different than their standard. So, well, I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.